like them 7 herbs and spices.
What? Okay, y'all. This is Snake Oil and Shenanigans. We are coming to you today with the sad news of the submersible not resurfacing and imploding.
Is that why we're playing it? Because it's the submarine?
No, I don't know whose thing is doing that. Honey, you still got that song on? Who still has that song on? So they're playing the Titanic. So I know, it's just like, you know, it's sad. 5 individuals lose their lives. Lose their lives.
The fifth guy I feel sad for. The other 4 I do not. The 5th guy went down there as a guide to help them, and he got screwed out the whole deal.
What about the 19-year-old? I thought you were going to say that.
No.
No? Yeah, him and his son. So he paid $500,000 to die.
He paid, $500,000 to kill his son and himself.
Yeah. So, let me ask you a question. You said they paid $500,000. So it's just like a ticket.
Yep.
Like, they didn't buy into the submersible itself.
Nope.
So that's
except for the
point.
CEO.
Like, this is enough money to actually, like, rent a time on a, submarine.
It really is. A real submarine, yeah.
Like a real submersible vehicle.
Can you imagine?
So I don't understand why they...
Because they're idiots. That's why they're fools. And like, I mean, look.
Out of touch of reality.
Yes, I don't mean...
Most billionaires are.
I don't mean to speak ill of the dead. I don't mean to disrespect, but like, they're not giving me much to work with here.
I don't know. I just don't want to. I don't want to go see anybody on the Titanic because they are no longer living.
That's right.
I don't understand why they were going down there.
Either. You could easily look at that
Just to say
watching
that
the
they
Titanic.
could. I mean, people have been down there,
Did they swim around down there?
No.
See, like, you can't
It's impossible to do
so
that.
if you can't do that, what is the actual point?
Unless there's some sort of scientific study done behind it.
I think these guys were Ghostbusters, and they got busted by ghosts. I think that's right.
I think that's what happened.
The Titanic ghosts.
Ocean
they
Ghostbusters,
explode.
yes.
That's your theory.
That's my theory. They were ocean Ghostbusters, and they got crushed by the ocean.
Yeah.
Well, let's talk about the whales too, man.
The whales?
Yeah, the ocean just hates us right now. Yeah, the whales are like attacking yachts. They hate rich people. Well, the ocean itself hates rich people.
How many eat the rich memes did I see today?
So a lot.
Is it sad that we as a society don't really have that much empathy for rich doofuses?
They don't have empathy for anybody else.
Right, so why should
because
we
you
have
can't be a billionaire and not screw over a ton of people.
There should not be. That should not even exist.
I feel
There
like
should be no such thing as a billionaire.
What Bev said was extremely true. They paid enough money to get a real ticket on a real submarine, and they went on that shit. The dude, the CEO, the guy who built the sub, right? He said he was cutting corners, and he viewed that as innovations. No, dude, they're shortcuts.
There's a reason
There was
why.
that guy who built the little submarine thing for himself with a bunch of people because he was rich, and he went and like murdered that reporter on it. There's like a whole documentary on it on Netflix. And he can afford an actual submarine that I feel like these guys could have too. And he built his own.
Yeah, they were billionaires. I don't even understand. Or did they invest in this guy to build them a shitty submarine? And he just like bullshitted this. How could you think that you could bullshit your way through?
But no, people had told him, people that actually built submersibles and submarines told him that his whole design was not valid or secure or safe.
I don't care what
And
you
he
say.
chose to
We're
ignore
gonna do
it.
it anyway because I'm an innovator. I'm gonna find a new way to submarine down there, and y'all gonna feel dumb when we're successful.
Just a few
Right.
morsels for my dad. You know, it's fine.
I'm coming with him this time.
There
I'm
was
coming
like-
too, Dad.
There was like, I mean, there's a reason to do that, I guess, if you want to investigate stuff, but do it safely.
Yeah, like from above ground.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't know how they looked in that.
Huh?
I don't know how they looked in that and said, "Hey, there's no chairs."
There's no chairs in there?
No.
How would they?
There was nothing in there. It was it was like a laptop and something else. A laptop and a controller.
A video game controller like that.
Yeah.
In the world is going
It was just,
I don't know what that means.
it was just something that. How can you look at that and say, "Oh yeah, I'm good for it"? You can look at that.
Is that really a game controller? Is that true?
It was made by Logitech.
Yeah, I'm down to clown. Let's go.
I mean, I just didn't understand that how they could look at that reasonably and say this is going to make it to the bottom of the earth or the center of the
Let's
earth.
do this. Let's get in there.
That just didn't make any sense. Because then I saw James Cameron's submersible, and it had all sorts of gizmos and doohickeys and things on the wall and wires and things. And he's been down there 33 times, and he got stuck for 16 hours.
Ooh, that's
So he got hung up on something that was down there. So
But he still had enough oxygen.
he had enough oxygen. He paid $10 million to do it. I mean, the build the structure. But he had scientists and
owned
people.
it, right?
Yeah, he paid $10
That's
million.
what I mean. Like, these people are just paying a ticket.
He paid
to go
$10
on one,
million.
right?
Like,
$10
I'm telling you, the
million.
guy who...
So I'm asking, like, did they just pay for a ticket or did
Yeah.
they buy into it?
They were not, well, except for the CEO that was there too.
Yeah.
Everybody else just wanted to go to look because it had been down before. Been down 3 times before and came back. And they were saying, you're playing with fire. And he didn't listen. He said, it's been down before. I'm going to do it again. It's not a problem. And he fired the guy that said, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong, this is wrong. And he fired him because he said, I'm not going to sign off on this. there was no, there's nothing about that was safe at all. And this is thing about deregulation, we just had trains go off tracks. So you're going to put your trust in something and go down to the bottom of the earth? It just doesn't make sense at all. I don't know why somebody would want to do that. We have sea travel, but ships still sink. Ships still have their problems. A lot less now because they've done it so many times. And this is just a lesson for the researchers that are going to say, hey, don't use that type. I mean, I don't understand it.
I can't wait till the first person goes, hey, I figured out how to time travel. It'll cost you $250, and then it'll be stuck in the past.
So, if you're a billionaire, you should stay away from the ocean right now. The Shamu, Shamu's, descendants are
we took one of us years ago. We're looking.
There was this thing on the Twitter. The Twitter thing is that whales, I think they go down 600, the 600 meter thing. They don't go as far as they went. They went past whales, and that thing you see that in the cartoons with a bunch of teeth, and it's got that little eyeball to go out like that. They went past that.
Were they anywhere near the Titanic?
1,600.
Is the Titanic in the Mariana Trench or whatever it's called?
I mean, does it keep sinking? Is that what's happening?
No, it doesn't keep sinking. It's there.
It's just there. So
it's there. All the wood is gone now. I mean, there's very not much left of the ship.
Is it in the Mariana Trench or whatever it's called?
How do people get treasures and shit out of there?
That the deepest trench.
The Hope Diamond. How did that come out of there?
One of the survivors took it and brought it off the ship. Okay. They got in their lifeboat. Thing with the Titanic, there wasn't enough lifeboats. This is the safest ship ever. Put a bunch of rich people on it and sink it.
I love it.
I mean, it didn't stop our cruise travel and stuff. I mean, this will probably fuel somebody else to try to make something safer to actually do this. Which I guess I don't mind. I just don't like people dying needlessly.
Yeah. I think that could have been prevented.
And just like those people going up in space, they could have done something different with that money.
They could have. They could have fed.
I don't blame William Shatner though. I feel like that needed to happen.
Yeah, they should have gone to space a long time
Elon
ago.
gave him a ticket. He didn't pay for it. He didn't pay for it.
He should give him a ticket. He's fucking William Shatner.
Yeah. But it's just like, there's a lot of things on this earth you can do. And if you ignore all this stuff, it comes back on you. You could have done something better with that money.
They could have found the real killers for OJ.
Defeat the world.
Yeah.
The world. House the world.
Because didn't another ship go down with, 250 people on it?
Yeah.
And they just let them sink.
Yeah, the immigrants or whatever.
Yeah, they just let them sink.
Yeah, they're not looking for them. They're looking for them billionaires, though.
Mm-hmm. Spent all that money.
The Navy was involved.
U.S. Coast Guard.
Nobody gets paid for that. Oh, yeah, they do. They get paid taxpayer money. My bad.
Yep, or people who don't pay taxes.
So I believe that we are allowed to say whatever the fuck we want to say about those 4 idiots. And I'm not including the 5th guy because he was supposed to be there for safety. And he probably was saying the whole time, man, this is fucking dumb. Guys.
That tells you, if you don't feel like going into work or you think your boss is doing something stupid, don't go with him.
No, stay home. Call off.
Call off. It's just, and all that. If you want to look at any of the comedy behind the submersibles, look at the hashtag Black Twitter. You will definitely see some things that make you laugh out loud. I tell you. And it's like it's just it pains me that people are making fun of it, but it's funny.
I think it's hilarious.
It's funny because it didn't have to be. Like if they were doing something else and it accidentally happened, but they went to die. But anyway,
What a waste of life.
that's a waste of life. And he took his son with him. What kind of mama sends their son into that? Looking at that.
He was 19.
19. 19. He's probably going to college this fall.
I doubt it.
He ain't going
He was
there.
a billionaire.
Well, millionaires. I don't think technically
I bet they thought they had superpowers and they could survive.
Well, 2 hours into the trip, they was done.
Yep. That's
2 hours.
I would have.
Because it was supposed to take 8 hours.
Yeah, that's when I would have been like, nah, I'm good, yo. I got shit to do.
Yeah.
I ain't got no 8 hours to waste going out here looking at no goddamn Titanic.
Yeah.
You wasted your money.
I'd rather look at the actual ocean itself, like, weird fish and stuff, than I would some crumbly old boat.
Oh,
I want them to send the camera and then tell me what's going on. Because you can't see nothing in there. Send the camera, send the light. We got drones.
This again, why the Titanic? Like, why? How long has the Titanic been down there? For almost 100 some odd years, right?
Yeah,
What
was it
do you
1920?
think? What is down there that you don't know about?
That was before 1920.
Was it?
Yeah, it was 1914?
1918?
I want to say 1914.
Oh.
Like that.
No. Because they have electricity.
Titanic. We have
It was
electricity.
steam and stuff.
I don't think so. I think they're still using candles and shit.
I mean, yeah, both.
We still got candles.
1912.
1912.
It was completed April 2nd, 1912. Maiden voyage was April 10th, 1912.
Yep.
Out of service, April 15th, 1912.
Yep.
I was 2 years off.
Yeah, they were. Yeah. And again, they wanted to. I don't look like the first thing or something. I mean, I like to be in on the new stuff. But some things, I'm just like, I don't have to be the first one. I'll let you do it first, and then I go. like any new thing that comes out. I'm like, ooh, that looks fun. Then they say, no, it don't work. Oh, okay. Where they work the bugs out? That thing had only been, what, this was the third or fourth voyage on that thing?
They didn't even go that low.
I just, bad judgment all the way around. And when you got somebody, I don't know why they didn't see where the CEO was talking about cutting corners and the material that it's made of.
Yeah, if I'd have seen that interview on TV, I'd be like, this the motherfucker we going with? Nah.
But I guess they probably thought since he himself was going.
I wouldn't care.
It's like, okay, must be safe.
Guess what? I bet you.
What that was like. What would be your last thoughts as it just everything was coming at you?
They had what?
My thought would have been fuck.
They only had 30 milliseconds
You fucking lied.
30 milliseconds for it to happen, and they were gone. And there's no way they're gonna find bodies. That implosion would have done some really graphic stuff.
Turned into liquid.
Because I think it was supposed to get 3 times hotter than the sun once that happens.
Oh, then they vaporized.
Yeah.
Like Thanos.
They don't even exist anymore.
So I wonder what the kid that went to see the Blink 182 thinks now. His dad was dead. He went to see Blink 182.
He's like, I make good decisions.
Yeah, because he tried to call out Cardi B, and Cardi B got him. And then he called her the N-word, and then they came for him, and then found out that he was a predator of some sort.
Wait a minute, hold on, this escalated quickly. What are we talking about?
One of the guy's sons.
He went to see Blink 182, but he's a racist and he's a pervert.
So he doesn't
That
make
kind
it
of pervert,
racist.
not
I
the
mean,
good guy.
I felt bad about saying that, especially knowing, like, I mean, who in the fuck goes to a Blink 182 concert willingly? Not me.
Yep.
I don't know. Are you a fan? You like a fan?
They're okay now. They're not
I
really
don't
a fan,
know.
but,
I wouldn't know what's on by.
To circle it back around,
I
I
wouldn't
mean,
know
is
about
a tray. One of them is an ATIP.
What is an ATIP?
ATIP is the government-funded organization that studies UFOs.
Oh.
To make this go really wild, we can go from Titanic to
Didn't one of them survive a plane crash?
You're welcome.
No, I think somebody's parents or grandparents were on the real Titanic.
Jesus.
One of the
Blink
people that
182?
One of the people that went, their grandparents.
Their grandparents?
Were on the Titanic.
Whatever. Okay, I didn't tell you something?
They died.
You shouldn't be going on this trip? You fucking moron.
Yeah, it's just, I can't believe people can be so...
Somebody would have came up to me and like, yo, I got tickets to go see Blink 182, or we could go fucking look at the Titanic.
I would go Blink 182 every time.
I'd be like, yo, no.
Not even a fan.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, you should find somebody else to do both of those things. If there was a gun to my head?
If there was a gun to your head, you had to bet.
But it wasn't his choice to go. He didn't get offered to go on the thing. It's like after they found out they were missing.
I'm taking my
He's
ticket.
like, I got tickets.
I'm taking my favorite. Oh, now I got tickets? I got extra tickets?
I feel like that's the only reason I'd want to go see Blink 182 in hopes that I can meet. Which one of them is it? Is it an ATIP? Anyway, I could talk to them about ATIP and what all they have found. That would be interesting.
Oh, yeah, the Taco Bell. Did you hear about the Taco Bell Crocs?
No.
Taco Bell is partnering with the crocodile people.
Tom DeLonge, that's the one that's in ATIP.
Tom
That sounds
DeLonge.
like a porno name.
Yeah, this is the DeLonge part, Tom DeLonge.
No, because it's Tom part. What are you talking about?
Where are all these people
I mean,
coming
you could
from?
put anything in front of DeLonge and it's still going to sound like a porn name.
Anthony
DeLonge.
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 Kevin
DeLonge.
Sylvester
DeLonge.
DeLonge.
DeLonge. DeLonge. The short of
Hey,
it.
it's DeLonge.
James DeLonge.
Hey, that's DeLonge.
DeLonge.
But I feel like that would be the only reason I'd want to go is for the chance to possibly.
Where'd it go? Okay. So I'll just put them together. I'll do a big crash on it and say, whoops. And then, okay. So, making bad decisions is like he took bad advice from us. Whoa. Do you know where he's going? Oh, so now, we need today's, what bad advice do you have? Chip, what's your bad advice for the day? Chip.
Go underwater as deep as you can in the biggest piece of shit you can rent.
Wait, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Don't even buy it, just rent it.
You're right.
All right.
Let some dumbass drive it.
Okay. Crimson, what's your bad advice?
Always listen to a billionaire over experts.
Always listen to a billionaire over experienced people, such as researchers and doctors and stuff like that. Yep.
They know exactly what they're talking about. They're always
Exactly.
right. And people on the internet too, listen to them.
Didn't they some say that one of Elon's companies did have something to do with the navigation equipment?
Oh, God.
So, we don't know if that's true or not. Okay, Screaming, what is your bad advice for the people out there?
Bad advice is, if you can't swim, learn how to sink.
Okay. And my bad advice is, if it's raining and you are out playing golf, put your, which golf club is that has the like metal in?
Banana.
Put that right up in the air and wait for lightning.
It'll hit you when you least expect it.
You'll be gone before you know it.
But no flash powers. Sorry.
You know what? I know a guy who got hit by lightning twice,
Mm-hmm.
and he has 3 sons, and 2 of them have been hit by lightning once, except for the one.
Have they played the lottery?
I don't think so. They live in Florida, so
Oh, no. Like,
that's their bad luck. Mm-hmm. So we still got 2.5 minutes. That's 2:36.
I got more bad advice if you want.
Okay, what's your other bad advice?
My other bad advice is, if it smells like fire, it's probably not. So
Don't run.
don't run.
Play with scissors.
That's right.
Play with knives. Run with scissors. Play
Juggle
with
knives.
knives.
Play with scissors.
Juggle knives. That is twirl a knife. That's live blade.
It's okay to eat with a pitchfork.
Yep, if your mouth's big enough. It's just like, ow.
Practice with a live blade.
Mm-hmm. Practice with a live snake, too. Anybody got bit by a snake lately?
No.
You haven't seen that in the news? Or any alligators biting people?
A lot of my friends find snakes. But
Yeah, we found a little garter snake.
Joey found a snake too.
Yeah, they're all coming out since we're destroying their habitat. What is this? Like, pick up a stick if you think it looks like a snake or something like that? That's bad advice. Where are all these
Remember,
people?
only you can prevent forest
When people
fires.
are running away from a snake, stand there and stare at whatever area it's in and just try to look for it.
Look directly at the sun.
Vote for Trump.
I can't believe we had a president that looked exactly at the sun.
I can believe
With no, you know.
Only he can fix it.
Yeah, he went outside in
When
the
he had the
garden.
solar eclipse, he looked right
And
into
he's
it.
You
like,
looked at the clips, that's even worse than looking at the
look
sun.
at this, he just looked at it. And everybody else had these things.
That's
you
why
know,
he held on those. That's why he's held on to those documents for so long. He couldn't read them. He couldn't see. His eyes was fucked up.
I just love the chandeliers in that shitter.
Hold on, how about
It was 2.
How about he said?
There were 2 of them.
This is the funny thing that I heard. He came out of his mouth. He said, "I had to go through that stuff because I had golf pants and stuff like that in there." Like
What?
Yeah. Like why would documents like packed with fucking golf pants and shit? What the fuck does your packing, bro? Stevie Wonder?
That's a lot of documents for a pair of golf
That's
pants.
the dumbest shit I've ever heard. And then he goes like, oh well, those weren't. He's on tape saying, I would show you these documents. I mean, I can show you these documents. It's top secret. I would have declassified them if I was president, but I can't because I'm not president now. But hey, this is top secret stuff. And he's passing around, and he's like, it was a newspaper clippings that I showed them. What are you talking about? I didn't have a document. But you just said on tape you did. Like, I do not, like, if he's the classic reason why the justice system is broken, because there's no person on earth that would be walking around that had been indicted in 3 different states. Like, he wouldn't be walking around.
He's about to get another state.
He'd be in jail. This is ridiculous. The justice system, he's living proof.
Yeah.
I thought it was OJ, but no.
He's definitely a life
It is fucking Trump is living proof that the justice system does not work.
So how many counts does he have? 71 now?
Yes.
71
And this
total?
motherfucker is free. He is
Walking
free.
around.
Free. He got a passport. No judge. Like, well, you can have that. We know you. Because he can't go nowhere anyway. So that is true. It's like, where the fuck is he going to hide? Like,
Everybody knows who he
everybody
is.
knows what he looked like. I mean, he don't even carry a wallet, I bet. He doesn't pay for shit anyway.
Mm-mm.
Can you imagine being that famous where you don't have to carry a wallet? Even people don't recognize Tony Hawk like that.
Right, well,
There's so many of those stories. Those are my favorites. Is people like meeting Tony Hawk and not realizing they're not.
He's like, you
Because he
look
looks
just
like an average white
like
dude. I was looking at
And
him.
they're always like, you look like that famous.
How old are the people that are walking up to him saying that?
Well, I mean,
All
you
the
have to
famous.
Because are there even pro skaters anymore?
Yeah, I guess so.
No.
Yeah, there are.
I know who are they?
I don't know.
We don't know. Something
I
like
never
that.
was into it. I'm just saying though that like
He's going to the airport and people have looked at his ID like
Trump was
Tony
walking
Hawk.
in an airport no matter what he was wearing. I have a feeling we would recognize. That's my point.
Yeah.
I think
Can you
when you
imagine being that
when you like Muhammad Ali was that famous, but he didn't, after a while he didn't have to really like entertain that shit. But like I think the only person that we saw it kind of like be a detriment to was Michael Jackson, because like he couldn't do shit.
But I think he built that though.
Yeah.
By being so reclusive and so.
Well, now he wasn't really reclusive.
Eccentric.
Yeah, he was more eccentric than reclusive, because I think he tried to do shit. He just couldn't do it. He had to.
Well, no,
But he would close up stuff and do
There
it.
was a whole thing about how he would wear a fro wig and I think some teeth, and he would go around as a Jehovah's Witness or some weird shit.
I'm not gonna do
You
it.
guys remember that?
Yeah, Prince did that, but he did that
Prince did
as himself.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying Michael Jackson did this.
No, yeah.
Someone else wore a big like wig and stuff, and he went around with who was it that he was it Elizabeth? Who was it?
Probably was Elizabeth Taylor. Yeah.
Yeah, they used to do this shit.
Again, see, when you bring up Elizabeth Taylor, it just reminds me of that movie that they tried to make with that white man as Michael Jackson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was like a 911 thing.
Yeah.
Where they.
You say 911.
911.
Emergency, but
It was emergency. 911.
that's such a
This
coincidence,
is like
isn't it?
the conversation about Twist and Shoots and Ladders. This is
Yeah.
like it's not supposed to
But isn't that a coincidence that like 9/11 happened
Yes.
and it was like happened on
Yeah,
9/11?
well, I've been thinking about that since the day it happened.
Yeah, me too. It's so weird. Like, what a day for that to happen on. It's an emergency. It's 9/11. What happened? 9/11. What are you talking about? Do we need to call the number? No. Remember the day. I
Never
remember that.
forget.
I can't forget. Because George W. Bush, he made a believe out of me that day. The people on the, people who knock down the buildings gonna hear you too.
Have you seen that guy where he goes interviewing Trumpsters and he's like, yeah, where was Obama at when 9/11 happened?
Yeah.
He sure wasn't in the White House. He
Jordan
knows
Klepper.
exactly.
Yeah, Jordan Klepper.
Yes, Jordan Klepper. Yes, he's like, yeah. Where was Obama?
He wasn't in the White House, I know that.
Exactly. He
Why wasn't he? I don't know. He's probably playing golf.
No, it was probably because he was fucking in college or whatever. Like,
He
no, what was he? He was in college.
president.
Like,
That's all you need
he
to
was,
know.
He was a community organizer, you jackass, at that time.
He probably was running for Senate at that
Yeah.
time. Yep.
Fighting with Korean Rush.
So y'all, we are going to say goodbye, and we are still looking for the 88 counties. If you are in an 88 county in not Columbus, Ohio, in the United States. If you're in any of those counties, we need you to message us immediately. Immediately. Okay? So, this is Cadence from Snake Oil and Shenanigans with Screaming and Crimson and Chip and Hyacinth.
Cool.
Hitachi.
We
We'll see y'all.
go to Hitachi, don't we?
I wanted to say, but I felt like it was so appropriate to say with these kids in the park.
Say, you can say one time with the kids.
They wouldn't know what I was talking about.
Everybody say bye.
Bye.
On the
Bye,
way,
y'all.
like,